sit down. Hello YouTube, long time no see. Oh, you fell over. Let's put you back. It's so strange potentially being back on YouTube. The last video that I uploaded, I think I was about 18 and I was in Chamonix, I believe, which is crazy. But here we are, a lot has changed. So I will give you an update of where we are now. If you don't know me, hi, my name's Katie, KatieB.runs on Instagram and Katie is running on TikTok. I am a 21-year-old ultra runner and I'm also an army reservist who's currently mobilised into the regular army. It's actually my birthday next week. Everyone's like, oh, it's your birthday, but it is my birthday next week, guys. I'm 22, the big 2-2. Yeah, if you didn't know already, I'm in the infantry and yeah, reservist in the infantry. I am currently mobilised with the digital engagement team, which is very, very cool, and it's kind of my job to capture the cool stuff that everyone's doing. A lot of sports. I've been on a lot of boats. Been lucky enough to do some fairly cool stuff with the army in a very short space of time that I've been in. I kind of joined up at uni and yeah, to where I am now. And I'm also ran for the infantry. Whoa! The infantry running team, which is also quite cool. One of the questions I actually had on here is who's cooler, me or Gemma Collins? That's a really good leading question into saying where I'm from. So believe it or not, I'm from Essex. And I'd arguably say Gemma Collins is cooler than me. I think she's 6.
Gemma. I'm claustrophobic, Darren!
I know Instagram know me fairly well, so any of these questions I do answer, I will give context as to what they kind of mean by that, if that makes sense as well. So yeah, over on Instagram I ask questions and over on TikTok as well, and today I'm doing a bit of a Q&A. I've wrote it all in my notes app now. I was kind of hoping for some more like deeper questions because I said nothing was off limits, and I kind of back to that, I would answer anything. I got asked how much I get paid the other day and I was like, yeah, I'll tell you, I don't really mind. So question number 1, have I ever considered doing YouTube or podcast? So I actually used to have a podcast with my best mate Ellie. We absolutely loved it. It was our pride and joy. I think we had it from probably ages of 12 to ballpark 16, 17, but obviously things like A-levels, college cropped up and we had to knock it on the head, sadly. But I'd love to bring it back one day. If you want to go listen, it's In It For The Long Run podcast. Sometimes I go back and I listen. But it's so nice to see that we had such a passion for running at such a young age, and we just had a massive laugh. She's quite northern and I'm quite Essex, so if you're watching Sally, big love, and we'll have to bring it back. And obviously here I am making YouTube now. I dabbled in it for a little while when I was younger, but I think I'm gonna try and take it seriously now because I think I've got enough skills and potential knowledge to actually maybe get it off the ground at one point. So here I am. It is scary though, because this is long form. Normally the stuff that I'm used to is short form, so this is a different realm for me. So please don't like bully me, guys. Part of the job, innit, really. Okay, so first question, how long have I been in the army and what was my joining process like? So I've been in the army now for, oh my God, let me think. Technically on paper for, I want to say 4 years. It might be 5, but I'm not going to sit here and do maths, so I won't lie to you. 4 or 5, within the realm of 4 and 5. So not super long time by any stretch of the imagination, but obviously I've been to uni, I've had a little career, and now I'm mobilising, so it's not solely been that. I've done it alongside other stuff as well, and it's fitted quite well. The joining process for me was quite lengthy, it was quite long. The medical process is typically quite long. I had a lot of stuff to go through from that perspective, but let me tell you now, it's so worthwhile, and do stick it out because it's so worth it. And it is important stuff that they are looking at, so do just stick it out, stick with it. Make sure you get your forms in and everything done on time so it's all done in a timely manner, and yeah, you'll be fine, but it's definitely worth it. Stick with it. Next question is, as a girl in the army, do I have any advice for potential officer cadets? So if you don't know, I spent a little while in OTC before going into the reserves. So I can offer advice from that perspective, but I can't offer advice from the perspective of an officer cadet at Sandhurst, if that makes sense, because I'm not an officer cadet and I'm not in the officer pipeline. I failed it. I got Cat 4 in my briefing. They don't class it as a fail, do they? But I did get a Cat 4. I'm quite open with that because I think it's really important to not reflect poorly on failure. I don't feel embarrassed or ashamed about it at all. Like, it is what it is. I gave it a go. Got a Cat 4, but I am not bitter about it at all. They definitely made the right decision. But I can give advice from being an officer cadet in OTC because I did spend a little bit of time in there. My main bit of advice for it would just be to get stuck in, like go on the socials, get involved, go on the weekends. I know it's a side thing that you're doing alongside your uni degree. A lot of people are just there for fun. A lot of people are doing it because they're in the officer pipeline. A lot of people are doing it because they just want a little bit of an experience into the army. Other people want to do it because they're going into the RAF or the Navy. A positive attitude, positive outlook, and you can't really go wrong. We'll save that one till last, that's a good one. Next question is, what do I miss most about Danbury Fitness? For anyone that doesn't know, my civvy job before I mobilised into the regular army for this year was actually just a team member at a gym. So I worked at a place called Danbury Fitness and it was very, very cool. I absolutely love Danbury Fitness, the community, definitely. That is what I miss most, probably. Everyone was so friendly. I know it's changed now, it's changed into a 24-hour gym, but yeah, I definitely miss the community. I miss seeing everybody. Everyone there was like my best mate. And I managed to get that job when I was going through quite a tough time, and I'll always be thankful for Carl and the team for actually allowing me to do that job and be in that space. Just gonna tick him off, the ones that I've done. Okay, so next question, am I an officer and have I gone through my AOSB as a reservist? So that's Army Officer Selection Board. No, I'm not an officer. I know a lot of people think I am. I don't know why. No, I'm not an officer, but I have gone through my AOSB and I've gone through that process. Obviously I got stopped at briefing because I got a Cat 4, which is okay. I'm so open about it. A lot of people were quite shocked that I am quite open about it, but I just don't really care, to be honest. For anyone that doesn't know, it's split into your briefing and your main board. I obviously didn't get to the main board stage, but I have gone through part of it and I can't really give too much advice about it, but no, I'm not an officer. Not at this moment in time anyway. Maybe one day, never say never. Next question is, am I going to take up triathlon? Funny someone says this because the only videos I can watch at the moment are Lucy Charles Barkley's Day in the Life and her going through her stress fracture injury process. For anyone that doesn't know, I have a stress fracture on my foot, which is absolutely rubbish. Her videos are the only ones I can watch at the moment. I don't know whether it's because she's been through a long-term injury, like a stress fracture, or maybe it's because it's something different to running and a lot of her Day in the Lives have an athletic point of view without too much running in it. But I don't know why, I'm subconscious. They're the only ones I'm clicking on at the moment, and I watch a lot of YouTube, so potentially one day. I've done a lot of triathlon when I was little. I'll put some pictures up now. And I did really enjoy it, and it was a really cool phase, but it is quite an expensive sport, but never say never. I am quite rubbish at swimming. I used to be a lifeguard, but I kind of used to like just make the time. So maybe in another life, I'd give it a go. I'd like to do an Ironman, mainly just because of the tattoo. So maybe one day I'll do an Ironman, but at the moment I'm just focusing on my ultra running. So yeah. Just to give you a little bit of context as well, everyone obviously over on my Instagram knows me and they're asking these questions already knowing me. So I'm actually an ultra runner. I do distances ranging from about 30 miles to about 100k, although that's going to change soon. I'm not going to give too much away about my future race plans. However, I do long distances. I'd probably say I'm not an elite, but I am on the cusp, I'd say. I back myself with saying that I'm on the cusp. I don't like to say or claim that I'm anything massive because I'm really not, but I'm getting there. But I keep getting injured at the moment, so just looking at longevity at the moment and trying to sustain myself. But yeah, being sub-elite is hard. Like, you're trying to train and push your body to elite levels without elite funding, and I don't have mass access to a lot of the facilities that elite level athletes and ultra runners do have. That's not to say that I won't get there at one point, but it is difficult, and it's especially difficult when I work a 9 to 5 and I fund a lot of it myself. My parents help out, shout out Ian and Curly, but I do a lot of it self-funded, which can be very difficult because I do eventually want to push it up into the next level, but only time will tell. Someone also commented that I speak in cliches, and only time will tell is definitely a cliche, so I do apologise. I will try and stop doing that, but only time will tell. So sorry Stephen who commented. That's the only person I'll allow on the comments on this. So back to the original question, am I going to take up triathlon? Maybe. I've just watched some of that back and realised you can hear everything that's going on outside, so I do apologise. I will sort the audio out for the next video. We will improve, progress and adapt. Next question is, if I could relive one moment in my army career and or life, what would it be? I'm going to split that into two different parts. I'm going to split it into my army career and then life as well. So in terms of my army career, it'd definitely be completing my combat infantryman's course, my reserve combat infantryman's course. For anyone that doesn't know, as a reservist, list, you complete your 2 weeks in Catrick after doing all of your training. It is a very, very tough 2 weeks. You do have to be quite fit to do it. You have to be quite switched on, even for those 2 weeks. I know I'll have a lot of regulars on here as well. Obviously, being a civvy and then squeezing that syllabus in the space of 2 weeks, it can be quite intense, but that's not to say that it's not like possible, because it obviously is possible, but it is quite tough. But passing out with that was so satisfying, and the girls that I went through that course with were absolutely amazing. I still speak to them all now. One of them's just come back from something really cool. I don't want to obviously share what she's been doing, but one of them's just come back from doing something really cool. Another one's really into her fitness as well. So we all still talk, and we're all doing our different things whilst also doing our civvy jobs as well. I'd definitely say passing out of that course and getting that big tick in the box. In terms of reliving any moment in my life, I'd actually probably say graduating. I had quite a tough time going through uni, particularly in my first year. And at one point, I really didn't think I was going to get to that point where I walked across the stage and actually graduated. So I'd definitely say graduation, especially coming from somebody that's not very academic. I scraped a pass in my maths GCSE, but going and then graduating with a first was quite cool. So yeah, I'd definitely say graduation, life-wise. Next question, would I ever go full-time? I get asked this question a lot, and I ask this question to myself quite a lot as well. And the answer is, I don't know. And that's the best answer I can kind of give at the moment. I don't know. The door's open for a lot of stuff. So potentially, I'm not writing it off at the moment. I'm just staying where I am. I am exploring all different kinds of options, and we'll just see at the moment. But I do love it at the moment. I love the bubble. Got it for another year or so, so I will make a decision at the end of that as to whether I will go full time. But there's also a lot of possibilities out there on Civvy Street as well. So at the moment, I don't know. Also, the person that commented on that put a really lovely message, so thank you, girl. Love you too. Okay, so next question. At first, did I have a fear of not being enough? I start OTC and I'm worried I'm not made for it. OTC was made for you. If you are a uni student and you have a remote interest in the outdoors and you're a little bit of a social person, OTC is for you. I can't recommend it enough. It got me through a very, very tough time at uni. And to be honest with you, at some points, it was the only reason I was still in uni. I'm a firm believer, if it wasn't for OTC, I would have dropped out. I will sing OTC's praises to the high heavens. It was brilliant. I loved it. And I made lifelong friends in OTC. Obviously, now I'm not an officer. They don't expect you to. If that's not your path, I promise you, if you go and you get stuck in, you will absolutely love it. And if you don't love it, just take a step away from it. They won't hold it against you or anything like that. Go and push yourself out of your comfort zone. Honestly, it'd be the best thing that you've ever done. That goes for anything in life. Push yourself out of your comfort zone. Challenge yourself to do these cool things. Things that you think you can't do. You will never regret giving something a go. I mean, look at me, I'm on YouTube. Like, oh my God. So next question, before we move on to the last question, is do I have any race day mentality tips? My biggest tip for that would be just to remove all possible stress. For one of my bigger races that I'd done, where I came third at South Downs Way, I made sure that me and my team were there beforehand, very, very early. I'm talking the day before. So before a big race, if you can get a hotel or stay overnight just to take away the element of traffic, car troubles, things like that, stay there near the location. Maybe bring your own food if you're used to your own nutrition, just to make sure that you are there and there's nothing like that that's gonna affect you of the morning of your race, really. Other thing is just to relax. You've done the hard work. I actually had like a little bit of a panic attack. You can see it on my heart rate spike on my Garmin before South Downs Way, and that didn't put me in the best position moving forward. It was all right, done okay, but yeah, just breathe, relax. The hard work is done. You're on that start line. Go and get the job done. Okay, so the last question is, as a girl in the army, do I have any general advice? And do I have any advice for my reserve combat infantryman's course as a female? So I'm actually going to make a whole other video about that. If you guys want me to, please let me know if you want another video about anything to do with infantry and things from that perspective and more about my experiences through that. Do let me know, because I will make that. But in terms of general advice as a female in the army, I would definitely say join the networks. Join the community groups. They are really, really good. They are amazing. There's people on there constantly asking for advice, tips and tricks. Honestly, the girls really do stick together in most cases, or from what I've experienced, they really do stick together. So lean into that community as well. Another thing is, don't be afraid to fail. Like, if you go on a course or something like that, put yourself out there, aim super high, because there's nothing wrong with failing at all. And if anything, you learn and you grow, like I've been saying. But be keen, be optimistic, put your hand up for stuff, volunteer for stuff. I've volunteered for skiing or something in January. I've never done that before in my life, and the army's a great place where you can do that. So put your hand up, volunteer for stuff, and get stuck in. I could literally make a whole other video about that. So if you guys want me to lean into a little bit more about that, then I can. Overall, in terms of general advice, I'd just say positivity, growth mindset, work hard. Don't let anyone tell you that you can't do anything, and just push to be the best version of yourself that you can be. But guys, that was all of your questions. I hope I've done that with a little bit of context about who I am and what I'm kind of all about. I can go into a bit more depth about myself, my running career, my army career, my civvy career. I've got a lot of different angles I can pull from, so let me know if you guys want to hear a little bit more about me, or if you want some kind of day in the life of what I'm doing now, I can also go and make them. And if you've got any other questions or video ideas or anything like that, drop them in the comments below, and make sure you drop me a follow over on Instagram and on TikTok. I haven't got a clue when this video is going to go out, and I haven't got any idea of a kind of posting schedule. I've just popped this out now just to have a kind of idea of the people that I'm kind of going to reach and the kind of algorithms that I'm going to kind of hit. But I do want this to be kind of centered around my ultra running, how I balance being a reservist who's mobilised, so a 9 to 5 at the moment for me, how I balance my ultra running with that, progress for injury, and obviously where I'm injured, I've got the time to do it. So yeah, do let me know what you guys think, and yeah, I'll speak to you soon. Bye. Oh my god, that was so scary.